What's going on, everybody? This is Rich from Gaming on a Budget, the channel that reviews free or cheap games with the hopes of recommending you some dope shit. So I know I've been away for some time, and my apologies, guys. I've just been so busy with stuff, but that's not an excuse. I got to do more videos frequently, and I've been messing up on that, and hey, my bad. But I'm back again. Real quick, before we get into the review, I want to let you guys know a while back I did a collab with my boy Trey the Prodigy. It's up on the channel right now. Links in the description, but we had a mad fun time playing Would You Rather. The questions got a little sus, but I promise it was all, just mad fun to shoot. So here's a little preview for y'all to check out. And yeah, links in the description.
Would you rather
Oh, here we go.
a shorty with one titty or two vaginas?
Oh, shit. For real? Oh, wow. One. Oh, damn. When you say one, I mean like literally the other one's gone, or is
Yeah,
it small,
it's
like...
one big ass in the middle. Not even big. That shit like a B36.
Oh, shit. Oh, just one in the middle?
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, so the vaginas, like, they back to back?
They
or, like,
side by
one...
side, like right next to each other.
Oh, shit.
Hole to hole.
Okay.
All right, y'all, let's get into it. So you can tell by the title of this video, you already know what's about to happen. It's my pleasure to finally be reviewing the game Halo Infinite for today's review. Have to shout out King Skeleton and just another free-to-play gamer for wanting me to review this game. If y'all know me, then you know how much of a Halo fan I am. I was so happy to find out that they'd be releasing a free multiplayer, and I'm excited as hell. So anyways, before I fanboy too much, let's get into the facts of the game. So the genre of the game is multiplayer online FPS, developed by 343 Industries, who's done the later Halo series like Halo Reach, Halo 4, and Halo 5. Published by Xbox Game Studios. Released November 2021, so just last month. Platforms you can play this on include PC, Xbox One, and the Xbox Series S and X. And the most important question on this channel, is it cross-platform compatible? Yes, it is, but in this case, that might not be a good thing, but more on that later. So let's talk about the game. So really quick, this review is only about the multiplayer of Halo Infinite, which is free for us to play. Of course, you can buy the full game, including the campaign, or play it with the Game Pass subscription, but this review is solely on the free-to-play part. So because I do not want to talk about the campaign story, we're just going to briefly talk about Halo's history instead. So to my OG gamers who played Halo back in the day, I'm talking the original Xbox with Halo 2, this is for y'all. So without question, Halo has cemented itself in the FPS world. This game made a huge impression on me in my early gamer years, as I'm sure it has done for many of you. Of course, we can talk about the great story that went along with the games, but I mean, let's just give credit to the multiplayer aspect. Halo paved the way for so many games in numerous ways, and I personally became a huge fan after playing Halo 2, followed the series well into Halo 3. Up until recently, I was still playing Halo 3 online with others, which is pretty crazy to think about because the game came out in 2007, which is almost 15 years ago. But anyway, Halo Infinite to me is a reintroduction for the game that I fell in love with, and I can't wait to talk about it with y'all. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first point, let's talk about the visuals. Okay, so the visuals in the game were actually pretty good. I shouldn't be surprised because, I mean, it's Halo, so they have a reputation for sure, but it's still pretty good. Mind you, the last Halo I played was Halo 3, so to me, they improved significantly, the graphics at least. You can see this in different play areas you have your matches in, but also cosmetically with your Spartans, so you get to customize your Spartan with pretty nice details. You can choose what type of limbs you want, like having a human arm versus a robot hand, kind of like the Winter Soldier. You also get this quirky AI character, which is like a guide, kind of a less sexy Cortana, if I could say that. You can pick the AI's color as well as voice. You can also choose your character's voice as well, not to mention the nameplate. Halo fans know exactly what I'm talking about with the classic nameplate. It's a very nostalgic part of this game. You also get to customize your loadout options for your weapons and even vehicles. As far as your armor, you start off with the standard Mark 7 classic Spartan gear, but of course you can unlock more armor with buying a battle pass from the store, but that's not what we care about over here. Anyway, the visuals in the game and the details were pretty good. Alright, next point, let's talk about the game modes. So happy to say that in Halo Infinite, we see some of the old Halo games from the past. Obviously, the King of Kings with Slayer, but we also get games like Oddball, which if you're new to Halo, is basically a game where you get points the longer you hold on to the ball. There's Capture the Flag, and a game that's at least new to me called Strongholds, which is basically capturing objective areas, which you've seen in other games. My favorite, obviously, is Slayer, but it's nice to have a variety of games. There's a catch though. While reviewing this game, I did notice that I was not able to select the exact game modes I wanted to play myself. So essentially you queue up with QUICKPLAY, but the games are randomly selected for you. So I ended up playing everything but Slayer in my first run around. I was trying to see their settings or something, but it looks like other gamers are having the same issues. In this article that I found, it looks like in the beta version, they're not allowing you to pick your own game modes, but this might be a feature that they're going to include in the full game or when the game gets into later stages in dev, but I don't know. I found this really annoying and a bit of a turnoff. People should be able to pick the game mode they want regardless. Other than that, there's also Bot Bootcamp, which is the simulated training against AI. I would definitely recommend starting with this if you're new to the game or just need to warm up. You can also play ranked, but be warned, in the ranked version, the games don't have a radar, so you basically have to go off of your instincts and stuff like that. But hey, that's pretty much the game mode situation in a nutshell. Alright, so let's talk about the mechanics. So there are some pretty interesting mechanics in Halo Infinite I want to talk about. So let's start off with the HUD, or the heads-up display. You can scan areas for weapons, which is pretty helpful to new players learning the map, and even myself, just being able to find weapons that are nearby is a really good tactic. You have radar that lets you know of enemies that are nearby. However, if they're moving very slow or if they're standing still, you won't be able to pick them up on the radar. So just keep that in mind. So let's talk about movement. So the movement in the game is actually pretty good. You can walk or run in this game, which is a pretty nice addition. Most shooter games now, running is standard, but if you remember playing the old Halos, walking speed was the fastest you can go on your feet. You also have the classic Halo gravity jumps. Something new, well at least to me, is there's an edge grab in this game. In the older Halos, your jump needed to be enough to clear the object, but now you can do an edge grab, which is mad helpful. So let's talk about why we all play games like this, the shooting mechanic. I have to say the shooting in this game is just beautiful. It just feels really good. I have nothing bad to say about it at all. When you play a lot of shooter games, you can notice subtle things in shooting mechanics that you may not like, but to no surprise, the Halo shooting is just like amazing. Most of the time, I didn't even need to use ADS to shoot. As far as weapons, there's a variety of weapons familiar to Halo series, like the BR, the assault rifle, and the Halo pistol. In matches, there's also power weapons that will appear in weapon drops throughout the games, like Slayer. These weapons include things like rocket launchers, laser cannons, and more. Cannot forget the classic grenades. We got stickies, we got spike grenades, we got frags, the classic stuff. But there's also new types of grenades, like the dynamo grenade, which basically drains shield and health slowly. So really nice touch with the different types of grenades in the game. So let's talk about items. So along with the weapons, we have special items in the game that give you abilities. For example, there's a thruster, which allows you to quickly dash in one direction. There's also a drop wall, which by no surprise allows you to drop a wall for defense. There's active camo, which lets you go invis while standing still, but as soon as you start to shoot, you're able to be seen again. My favorite by far is the grapple shot. Lets you move around with the grappling hook thing, but I love it because if you shoot at an enemy, it will repel you towards them and you actually will knock them out. There are some other items in the game, but overall they are all pretty dope and add to the gameplay. You can only use one at a time, but you can switch them out in match by finding others on the field, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's talk about some of the cons. So as good as this game is, there are some cons I would like to mention. For starters, not being able to select what game you want to play. I do think as a gamer, it's all about the freedom to play how you want, so not being able to choose the game mode for this game is honestly a bit of a buzzkill. There are talks of it being fixed in the future, so at least there's that. The other con is actually regarding crossplay. So earlier I mentioned that this game was crossplay between PC and Xbox users. Well, it turns out that might be a problem. As we know, gaming on a PC is extremely different. We can talk about the technical advantages one has over the other, but the focus on this is primarily cheating. So apparently, some PC users are able to gain unfair advantages in the game. Things like aimbots have been rumored to be in use while playing Halo Infinite. Obviously, this kind of stuff is associated with PC gaming due to the fact it's easy to mod and stuff. The problem lies in the fact that Halo Infinite by default enables crossplay without any way of turning it off. This obviously sucks, right? I mean, no one wants to play against cheaters and then get their asses kicked all the time. It definitely takes away from the fun of the game, and to be honest, this is just a simple thing that Xbox can fix by just allowing crossplay to be disabled. It's not a permanent fix to the problem, but it's a temporary solution for the most part. Now, I understand that not all PC players are cheating in this game, so, I don't mean to throw any of you guys under the bus, but until there's a way to distinguish the difference between players that cheat and those that don't, we should have the option to toggle crossplay. If you want to read more about that, Here's the article I was reading, and I'll link it in the description for you guys to check out. All right, so y'all know what time it is. Let's talk about the highlights for the game. So, one of the best things about Halo Infinite is just the feel of the multiplayer. As a fast-paced shooter that's not in the battle royale style, I find it a refreshing choice, which I'm glad that they went with. Mechanically, the game is real good. I mean, like, real good. The shooting, the weapons, being able to customize your Spartan, movement, the addition of special items, it all came together really well in this game, and I'm just for it. And the most important highlight, this is a free Halo game, guys. I mean, yes, it's only the multiplayer, but damn, do we ever think this would happen? I'm not sure if there'll be a technical difference between the free version and the paid one, but so far, I'm more than satisfied with what we get for free with Infinite. So, kudos. Final thoughts? Halo Infinite is fucking dope. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Halo fanboy or anything, but it's just actually a great game. I have like no real complaints about the gameplay. It just works. This game just works really well. I feel like they did their thing on bringing this classic Halo gameplay to the modern world of gaming now in this multiplayer shooting round, which is, you know, I just feel like they executed that flawlessly in my opinion. I mean, if I had to give Halo Infinite a score, I would give it a 9 out of 10, which is a pretty good score. Yes, there's a bit of a downside with not being able to choose your game mode, and yes, crossplay should be, you know, allowed to be toggled, but those are not huge deal breakers in my opinion, and don't take away from the game too much. Halo Infinite is a great game, and if you're a fan of the series from like the OG titles, or if you're brand new to this and looking for a new dope FPS, then you have to give this game a shot. But as always, I gotta know, what do y'all think? Are you playing Halo Infinite? If not, do you think you're gonna try it? What's your favorite game mode? Did I hit the mark with this review? You know, did I forget to mention anything? What do you guys think? What's your opinion on the game? You know, let me know. I want to hear all this in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and drop a like, and if you're new here, please feel free to subscribe. Videos on a weekly basis, including game reviews, including my live streams that I'm doing now, and, you know, just a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to include in this channel. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. So if you guys notice, before I drop a review, I drop a short. Usually, you know, a short that's like 30 seconds that kind of gives you a little sneak peek to what the review might be. For the first people that drop the name of the game that I'm reviewing, correctly at least, I'm gonna enter you guys in a contest that I'm running at the end of this year, and basically I'm gonna give away free digital either stream cards or Xbox gift cards or whatever, something, you know, digitally, so that way you don't have to worry about it being mailed or anything like that. But yeah, so when you see my shorts drop before the review, figure out what the game is and just say the title. That's all you got to do, and then you're automatically entered in. And yeah, so watch out for those. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking out my review. I know that I've been slacking as far as my consistency, and I promise it's something that I'm working on. I've just been so busy with life and stuff. You know, I have a job and other things I gotta take care of. But thank you guys for hanging in there, for the people that have been, you know, engaging the content, checking out my live streams, you know, and yeah, just thank you guys so much. And please, if you know any games you want me to review, free to play or even cheap, let me know, and I'll do my best to get to them, and I'll shout you out in the video. But anyways, guys, this is Rich from Gaming on the Budget, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.